Auto industry observers see car prices holding steady despite tariffs. But how long will the trends last? Karen Caifa is in Washington with a look at those driving the numbers. Hey, Karen.
Hey there, Courtney. A drop in auto sales dragged down overall retail sales last month, according to government data that was released just this morning. And that sluggish demand may be helping to keep car prices lower for now, but analysts say maybe not for long. Even with 25% tariffs on all imported cars and auto parts implemented by the Trump White House for the last 2 months, auto prices haven't skyrocketed the way some analysts expected.
We have a lot of information about what will happen, what could happen, what should happen, but it's not materialized on the dealers' lots because we still have millions of vehicles in inventory.
Consumer caution amid economic uncertainty could be keeping prices in neutral for now. Car buying research site Edmunds.com found the price paid for new cars in May dipped 0.2% on average compared to April. That's after auto sales climbed in March as some consumers sought to get ahead of tariffs. Commerce Department data showed car and auto parts sales slid 3.5% in May from April, a big part of an overall pullback in retail sales.
By having fewer consumers say, let's go dealership right here, right now, buy a car, it does prolong how long it will take before the tariffed cars show up.
But David Tinsley of the Bank of America Institute says their research predicts tariffs will boost prices higher within months.
Bank of America Global Research does expect, supply chain problems on cars to continue, and that will, I think, over time put upward pressure on prices. It will just take some months to come through, I think.
Ivan Drury, director of insights at car buying research site Edmunds.com, says automakers may wait until the new model year, typically early fall, to pass along added costs.
It's not one of those things where you don't expect to see price changes, especially when you go from 25 to 26. It kind of masks that a little bit.
And Edmunds said back in March that automakers had between a 30 and 77-day supply of cars on the lots, depending on the manufacturer. But even with slower sales, those pre-tariff supplies are starting to wind down. Courtney?
And Karen, Americans pulled back spending in May, not just on cars, but on other big ticket items. What did today's retail sales report tell us about the impact of tariffs?
It tells us that consumers are starting to behave a little bit more like the consumer sentiment surveys that we've been seeing that have been up and down in recent weeks. But it really does show that the tariff uncertainty is giving consumers pause when it comes especially to big ticket items. Car sales, as we said, down about 3.5% for the month of May, driving overall retail sales down for 0.9% for the month of May. A big drop from April, and it shows that consumers are becoming a little bit more cautious. We also saw a pullback in some of the discretionary spending, right? The areas that consumers don't have to spend on but like to spend on, areas like home improvement, restaurants and bars, and also gasoline prices as well. Granted, that had something to do with the lower energy prices, but it also shows that maybe consumers aren't filling up the tank as much to start the summer for a road trip. So things to observe there. At the same time, during the month of May, sales were up online, indicating that perhaps consumers were using online tools to perhaps hunt for deals and save some money, Courtney.
All right, thanks, Karen, for that update.